Hi three, I hope you're all well. So we are carrying on with our reading of our Hodge-Hegg book. So today we're just going to do a bit of clarification and a bit of summarising. So we are now on chapter 4. Wow, we're getting through this book now. So here are some words or phrases that I would like to clarify with you before you start reading. So we've got do you suppose, okay? So this is just a way of contracting, okay? So do you, okay? This is basically saying, do you suppose, okay? But what's happened is that it's dropped the O and put a apostrophe here, okay? And this is for omission. Basically, it's just a way of, basically it's a way of slang talk, okay? A bit of, it's not proper written language, it's how we speak. So instead of saying do you suppose, it's do you suppose, okay? It's just a way of speaking. So if you do see that anywhere throughout the text, that's what it's saying. It says do you suppose, okay? So instead of saying do you suppose. So we've got the next one, which is dawn. Can you say that? Dawn. Now, dawn is when the sun starts to rise up in the morning, okay? So it's in the morning time, so it's just when about the sun is supposed to rise into the sky. And then we've got this phrase here, his brains are scrambled, okay? So once you read this, the sentence will hopefully become a bit more clearer for you. But what it's saying is that his head and the way that he speaks is a little bit mixed up. It's all muddled. However, when you pause this, it'll hopefully become a bit more clear. So what I would like you to do, you're going to pause me and then you're going to read this section, okay? Off you go. Okay, so remember, you are reading this because this is our reading lesson. And then when we do this tomorrow, I will read through the section ready for our questions that we're going to be doing. So, words before we pause this, we've got hibernation. Can you say that? Hibernation. So, hibernation is when an animal goes to sleep during the winter months because there's not enough food around, okay? Hedgehogs do this, okay? Because there's not enough food during the winter months, they have to sleep throughout the winter months and they reawake in the springtime when there's more food around, okay? And we have the word nuzzle. Can you say the word nuzzle? Your turn. Well done. So nuzzle means when you basically nuzzle up to something, you have maybe two animals who get really close to each other and they start to have a bit of a cuddle with each other. So what I would like you to do, you are going to pause me and you're going to have a read of this section here. Okay, off you go. Okay, welcome back. And then make sure that you do read all this, okay, because it's going to help you with our next section of this work. Okay. And then we've got the next bit, which is, so we're going to clarify these words. So we've got firmly. Can you say it? Firmly. Now, in the context of this book, firmly means to say something forcefully, okay? They have no choice in it, okay? So in the context of this book, firmly means to say something in a certain way, in a very like strong and forceful way. And again, we've got this, do you hear me? Okay, so again, it's dropping that do you for an apostrophe. So remember, we've got a bit of an omission there. So instead of saying do you hear me, it says do you hear me? Because remember, it's just a way of speaking. So again, I would like you to pause me and then you're going to read through this section and you're going to go up to here. I purposely blanked this bit out, okay, because I don't need to read any further than this, okay? So have a read of this section. Brilliant. So we are now on to the summarise section. So I've got some questions here for you here. So these questions relate to the first bit. And again, if you need to go back and have a look back at this section, pause the video, rewind it back and have a look at it. So the questions are, what word tells us about how Ma feels about Max's injury. Now, there's one word about how that gives it away how she's feeling, okay? Especially how she says it. So the next question, what does Pa say about Max's injury? Okay, he says something quite interesting, and I wonder if you know what he means by that. Okay, again, if you need to have a bit of a rewind, a bit of a pause, do so. Okay, so you understand. Make sure you write it on a piece of paper that you have at home. I have saved a document with all these sections on, and a little section where you can write your answers in on the school website if you would like to have that. So on to the next section. So the questions are, so what had happened to Max? Okay, so remember, what did Max do in this section? What was he doing in this particular section? Why was he doing? So what was he doing and why was he doing it? Okay, why did he have to do what he needed to do? And what was Max's speech like towards the end of the section? Remember, did it get better or did it get worse, or was it about the same? Think about what's happened to his speech in the last section that we read this. Again, if you need to pause, if you need to have a reread again, do so. Okay, and we're on to our last section now. So, what does Max decide to do in this section? What does he want to do at the end of this section? Okay, is he gonna give up his plans about crossing the road, or does he decide to do something else? What does he want to do? And this last question, what is Pa doing in this section, and how do we know? Okay, so remember, I want you to make sure that you send any work to me. Remember to send it at y3willow@australia.org. If you do need to, have a quick pause of any of these sections, have a look at these clarifying words. Remember to send these through to me, okay? I would love to see that you're reading, because reading is one of our really important targets for everybody today. Okay, so hopefully be able to see you soon for this next section. That's it for me today. Bye.